All right, this morning on the bench, Yamaha CR 440. Owner says no sound. And it actually came to me like this. Cover's been removed. So let's see what's going on. No click. Yep, no click from the protection relay. Sorry, had a Sony turntable come in with a bad cartridge. Got a lot of stuff in. I mean, a lot of stuff in. I should shoot a preview video, but I'm so swamped right now, it's not even funny. Okay, so let's look at, so naturally the first, right, I suspect those ICs there, those STK packs. I'm not sure what Yamaha used. We'll pop this open. I don't know if those are soldered in place or what. So I'll turn on my stuff here. Just in case I decide to pop one of those out. I don't have a lot of time this morning, but I do have a little bit of time to at least get this video series started. All right. And those are soldered in position. Soldered in place, I should say. First thing in the morning, 1 cup of coffee. Need to get a second one. Okay, so what I want to see is I just want to check some of the voltages on these STK packs. Kind of curious what they look like side by side, doing a left-right comparison. I did check out the fuses. The fuses are all good. So I didn't pull them, but I did check them. Kind of in position, I guess, in circuit, which isn't always good. I should pull them, but I mean they look good. So let's see. I can't remember what pins on these are. Oh, they're 11 volts. Yeah, see, we've got 11 volts on what I think that's pin 3. So I'm wondering, we got negative 30 on 4, negative 35. Was that the relay? Oh, that was a relay that clicked. Now, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? That relay doesn't sound real healthy, does it? Doesn't sound like a typical relay pop. Well, we should not have any DC here. Whoa, 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 what was that? Oh, nothing. Well, that's bizarre. I wonder if maybe there was a bad, maybe a bad solder joint. Let's see. Thank goodness for test speakers. See if we get some kind of sound here. See what happens with the relay. Sometimes you put load on it and relay still won't click. Let's make sure this is down. On. I'm gonna have sound.
Welcome How many feel like making love? So a lot of folks.
Interesting. So now, having worked on lots of Yamahas, I know that they do suffer from cracked solder joints. And all the ones that I've worked on, the cracked joints are always kind of buried in here. And I'm not saying that's what's going on with this one. I'm just, they're in a spot that's difficult to get to, is what I'm getting at. So it would not at all surprise me if we have some kind of, and that's really not going to work. I showed this in a video. I saw this on another repair video. This thing has been absolutely awesome. Little clip light, right? Super bright LEDs. I'm gonna get the camera here. It's got 2 of them. I mean, just, it's awesome. But I can't use it for every application. I have to go back to the flashlight. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna clean those up. Oh, there's a crack. I see a crack. I see a crack. And it was the pin that it's the pin that I hit. So I'm going to move the camera and get you in there and show you. But there's a crack. If you go 4 over from the right, kind of right where the tip of my finger is, there is a crack in the solder joint. Can you see it? Now, there. Oh, 1 step too far. Maybe you were able to see it there. No. Anyway, there's a crack there. I'm so sorry for the shaky cam this morning. But let's, I'm going to remove all the solder from all of those pins. And I'm going to clean up that board. And then I'm going to apply new solder. And we're going to see what happens. See if I can get in there. So I've received a couple of comments from folks. They want to see more of the actual work done. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my desoldering tool and hit all of those. I'm going to speed through it though, because not everybody wants to see, you know, not everybody wants to see that. And I try to keep my videos short because not everybody's going to hang on for a long video. So, oh man, we'll go on there. Nope, that pin's just a little too. Oh, you know what? Oh, it's on. I was going to say, it appears though I didn't turn my desoldering tool on, but I did. Yeah, and those pins are just a little too fat, so. Okay, so. All right, you get the point. I'm going to do that. I'm going to speed through this next segment, and then I'm going to get a toothbrush, clean up these traces, and then resolder. Okie dokie. And then, you know, there are a couple of ways to approach cleaning all that crap off of there. Now that red, I'm not sure what that red is. Right? I can flake away some of it, and then a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And just to kind of show you what that looks like. And I'm not going to go crazy on this, but you can, or a paper towel, but you can see how it pulls stuff off of there. So that's really all I'm going to do here is try to clean some of this stuff off. Okay, I'm going to say that's probably good enough. And then what I will also do, so I'm going to go ahead and resolder all the pins, and then I'm also just going to check the board, especially the power supply. And the power supply is kind of up in that direction here. So I'm just going to make sure everything looks good. There are only about 30 spots here I'm going to hit with the soldering iron. I'm not going to go too far into this board, but I will just magnify, this board here, this part of the board, magnifying glass and a flashlight. And I'll zoom out when I do that, if I remember. Again, it's hard to remember all this camera crap when you're trying to get stuff done. And you also want to make sure you don't create any solder bridges like I just did there. Yeah, well, actually that's on the same trace. Alright, so time for a little bit of super speed as I go through and clean up all these. Okay, so I just want to... I hit some that kind of looked a little sketchy just with my eye. I want to make sure I don't have any bridges. And I don't. So that's good. Yeah, I don't see any cracks anywhere else. I got a couple maybes. Got a couple maybes. So let me hit a few more. And I could also, well, I could turn it on and kind of use my dowel and just kind of push this down, see if something happens, but that's not always a good strategy. Because you could really dork some stuff up. So this one was a little suspect, that one was a little suspect. But I think they're okay. I can kind of see that little ring, but it didn't look like a crack. But it might have been starting. A little bit. There's that one. There's that one. Okay. So let's see what happens. I'm going to turn the speakers off. Okay, well, let's see what happens. And then we'll do a basic service on this too. Just hit all the pots and kind of clean it up. Okay, it's going through my dim bulb tester. Make sure there's no short. Came out of protection. Turn speakers on. Yep. Good, good, good. All right. So these pots look to be pretty easy to get to. So that is good. So this is just going to be the standard cleaning. Squirt a little bit of fader lube in there. Turn every knob, button, switch, whatever, you know, a good 30, 40 times. And make sure that they are good. You know, maybe I'll test. Maybe I'll just test. Well, no, I'm going to hit them all anyway. So, all right. So let's get to cleaning these pots. All right, well, I just pulled down the service manual, and it appears as though the only adjustments that they have in the manual are for AM and FM. So there's no amp adjustment. So really, I can't go much further with this. What I'm going to do, though, is put the bottom back on and clean this up. If I can put this on the right way. There we go. So I'll put the bottom back on, do kind of a cosmetic cleanup on the front of this, and then I'll test it. I'll just let it run. I'm adopting a new policy of allowing these things to run for at least an hour. So, and I have to work out this morning, so I will turn this on and then when I'm done working out, I'll come back and make sure it's still working. Sometimes maybe I'll just take this down in my gym, because I do that as well. Just throw this on and make sure everything's working. And I still have to test the inputs on it. I don't remember if I did that when I pulled this out of the pile, so I will have to do that. But barring any issues there, and assuming this passes the test, it should be good to go. All right, so cleaned up the face, a little bit of kind of crud all over. Not caked, but there's enough crud in every single nook and cranny and crevice to where I got most of it. So nice little receiver. Still sounds great. All the inputs work. No issues with anything. So I'm going to call the Yamaha done. So as always, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.